Hello students, today I will going to discuss about overlap save method in section convolution. There are two methods to perform section convolution, one is overlap save and one is overlap add. So today I will going to discuss about overlap save method. So this basically called long convolution of long duration sequences. Suppose if we have two sequences, one is x of n, another is h of n, then if x of n is a long duration sequence of length l and h of n is another sequence of length capital N, and where capital L is very greater than n. So in this situation what we will do? Now if we want to perform a normal linear convolution, then to store the result we need a long memory, a large number of memory locations required. Suppose if L is 20, means sequence length x of n length is 20 and h of n capital N is 3. So if we perform a linear convolution, it will be final length will be L plus n minus 1. So it will be 20 plus 3 minus 1, so it will be 22. So to store this result we need 22 memory locations. So this is just an example. In real cases the sequence length can be more than 20. So in this case what we will do, the section convolution is basically concept of create some small duration sections of the long duration sequence. Suppose that x of n will be sectioned or truncated to some small duration sequences, and each section will with each section will perform circular convolution with h of n. So this is the concept. Now this overlap save method, suppose if we have x of n and h of n, obviously already I told that L and n is the corresponding length of these two sequences. Now first step we will add n minus 1 number of zeros. So we will add n minus 1 number of zeros with that. Okay. So in this case, if I show this example, L is 8. Okay. So this is the x of n, this is the long duration sequence, and h of n is the short duration sequence. So we will add n minus 1 number of leading 0. Leading 0 means I will add 0 at the front, okay, of x of n. So here n minus 1 means 3 minus 1, we will add 2 zeros like that. So this is the first step we will do. We will add 2 zeros in front of x of n. Okay. So this is the first step. Now in the second step what we will do? In the second step, section the x of n into k overlapping segments of length capital M, and we assume that capital M is normally 2n. In some cases, in some books you can see that this M, that is the length of the final, will be L plus n minus 1. So there are different formula. So here we will discuss with this. We can consider M is equal to twice n. Now in this example, if we do that M is equal to twice n, as the n is 3, so finally that each section having the length 6, so each section length will be 6. Okay. So now how we will perform? So from the x of n, the long duration sequence will be now decimated into smaller parts, and the first part is x1n. So in x1n we will add n minus 1 number of leading 0, that means this one, and then we will take 4 samples from xn such that the total length will be 6. Okay, by this formula. So 6 I am getting from this formula. Now how to create x2 of n? Again I will take 3 samples from the previous 4 samples from x of n. 4 samples means minus 3, 4, 3, minus 4. That means minus 3, 4, 3, minus 4. These 4 samples I will take, and I will add 2 samples from the previous data. So this is the method of overlap set. Okay. Then x of 3, I will again take 2 overlapping samples from the previous data, and I will write down in the front, and the rest of the data is 0, 0, because already all the data is over. So from x of n we created 3 smaller sequence, each of length 6. Okay, 6 means this m is equal to twice n. Okay. Now h of n, since we want to perform circular convolution, if one length is 6, so another length, the length of hn should be 6. So to make this 6, we have to add 3 zeros. We have to add 3 zeros with h of n. So this is called zero padding. So now what we will do? Now we will perform circular convolution with x1n with h of n, and another circular convolution with x2n and h of n, and another circular convolution with x3 of n, h of n. So this is the method. So first of all, I have to calculate the starting point also. Now since this is the initial location n equal to 0, okay, so this is a given length, given sequence, this is n. So this is the starting index n equal to 0. Since we add 2 zeros, now the starting point of this x of n is minus 2. So what will be the starting point of x1n? Starting point of x1n is minus 2, and starting point of h of n is 0. Okay. So if we perform the circular convolution between these two sequence, then the starting point of the result will govern by this formula. If I consider that y1n is the result of the circular convolution of the first two section, so the y1n will start from nh plus n1. nh is the starting point of h, which is basically 0, and n1 is the starting point of x1n, which is basically minus 2. So if we add these two, finally the starting point of y1n is what? The result of this circular convolution between x1n and hn. So the first result will start from minus 2. Similarly, what is the starting point of x2? The starting point of x2, if we consider, the starting point of the x2 is 2. See, it starts from this value. So and the starting point of h of n is also always 0. So the starting point of y2 is basically the circular convolution between the result between the circular convolution between x2 of n and h of n. So then the starting point of this y2n is 2, because nh is 0 and n2 is 2. Similarly, we can find out the starting point of the third convolution, which is basically 6. We need this starting point index at the final result, and if we don't know the starting point, then we cannot write the final result. Okay. So now we will perform the first circular convolution, which is basically y1n, circular convolution between xn and hn. You can take a matrix method of circular convolution. So this is the result. This is very easy. Now in the same way, if we perform circular convolution between x2 of n and h of n, then the result is y2 of n. Okay. Similarly, the result of y3 of n is the circular convolution between x3 of n and h of n. And so we got the 3 results. One is y1, y2 and y3. And in each cases, we also know the starting point, because so starting point of this y1n is minus 2, y2 of n is plus 2 and y3 of n is 6. So now I will write down all the indexes n is our time index. So obviously the result is starting from minus 2, so I will write down minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 right up to 11. So why it is 11 I will discuss. Then I will write down the first result, which is basically start from minus 2. So this is the first result. Second result, which is basically starting from 2, I will exactly write down at that. Okay, so I will write down here because y2 is starting from 2 and y1 is starting from minus 2. And we know the starting point of y3 is 6, so I will write down the y3 here. Now, how to compile the final result? Since we have two overlapping points from previous block, so when we created this x1 n, x2 and x3 of n, in every cases the first two data is basically the data from the last two blocks. Okay, so that is why when we compile the result, we will not write down these two data. Okay, so we'll exclude these two data, 1 and minus 2. If we excluded these two data, then the result will start from 0 obviously. So I'll write down 1, 0, minus 2 and 10. 1, 0, minus 2 and 10. Again these two first two data I will exclude. So I will write down the last four data, which is minus 2, minus 4, 14 and minus 2. And again from y3 of n, again we will exclude the first two data and we will write down the last data, which is minus 11 and 4. This 0 we can exclude because the 0 is a 0 value. So this yn is the final result, and which is basically starting from 0. Now this y of n is basically a linear convolution between x of n and h of n. Okay, so the result is equivalent to the linear convolution of x of n, h of n. So this is the method of performing overlap save method. So in this method is basically the important point is that these leading zeros, first we will add these leading zeros, and when we perform x2 of n, x3 of n, we will take the first data will be taken from the last two data. So this is the concept of overlap save method. Thank you for listening the class.